After this past weekend, only 3 BCSN area football teams remain undefeated: Central Catholic, Perrysburg, and Whiteford, while 3 teams, Napoleon, Rogers, and Woodward, are yet to win. That'll change, though, this week when Rogers hosts Woodward on Thursday night, which brings us to the Dunn Drive of the game with Mark Coons and Mike Robinson.
The Dunn Drive of the Week is presented by Dunn Chevy. A great deal is a done deal.
Well, the City League got back into action this past week as we welcome in Mike Robinson from Game Day Nation. Mike Rob, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
Let's get to our Dunn Drive of the Week. You know, the last several years, it seems like the City League has come down to Start and, well, whoever Rashawn Wilson is coaching, whether it be Woodward or now at Scott. And we had that Start-Scott premier matchup on Thursday night this past week.
Absolutely. That Start-Scott game felt like a championship atmosphere. It was senior night for the Spartans. They were excited. They were soaked. But more importantly, they were stoked for the opportunity to come out and beat Scott, who's been their thorn for the past couple years.
They trailed by 10 in the second half. In the third quarter, they scored a touchdown. Scott gets the ball back, and that's when everything changed for the Spartans.
Hey, you know what? Things happen in special ways, and for the special super sophomores, it happened in big ways. Marvon Thompson, Jonah Tall, these guys showed up in a big way tonight.
It all started on defense as we take a look at our Dunn Drive of the Week.
And it's a big play right here. Jaden Sims taking the ball. He's been running the ball really well. But look at the ball. It just squirts out. Not sure how it happened. Actually, we do know how. We're going to break it down. But you see, nice job right there by the sophomore having the wherewithal to find the football, scoop it, and take it the other way. Scott did this really well all night. But you see Jeremiah Smith in there slowing down Sims a little bit. And Marvon Thompson hacks on, get the football, punching it out. Guys are scrumming. Jonah Tall bends his knees, folks. He bends his knees, picks up the football. You don't never want to just reach. You got to bend and scoop it up. A couple plays later, hey, why not give him the football? Again, who else is in the mix? Marvon Thompson putting together a block for his guy, yes, number 3, Jonah Tall. Celebrate, very well worth it. The defensive end crash went a little bit too wide, and what you want to do when you get multiple defenders, don't go around them, you split them. They run into each other while you run into the end zone. The Start Spartans changed the tide of the game with this one right here.
As the first win of the season for the Spartans, road gets much tougher for Nate James and company as they are on the road this week. They travel to Anthony Wayne. Meanwhile, Scott has Waite on Friday night, so that will be a 1-3 against 1-3 matchup. Perhaps the big matchup this week in high school football, defending state champion Central Catholic taking on defending state champions Warren De La Salle.
Yeah, you don't get bigger than this. You know, one of the top teams in Michigan versus one of the top teams in Ohio. Respectively, these teams are feared in most of their communities. But tonight, I mean, this weekend, we're going to get to see them compete against each other. I'm looking forward to seeing how Terry Collins and the Central Catholic boys step up and versus this De La Salle team. In the past, they've kind of went back and forth sharing some victories. But more importantly, this is a new day. This is a new year. The big offensive line from Central Catholic handled DCC pretty well a couple weeks, and they showed us that they have the talent and the skill to compete with the best in Michigan. So this will be a nice test.
Staying in the Catholic High School League, St. John's, St. Francis, they square off on Friday night. Titans got their first win of the season this past Friday against River Rouge. St. Francis 1-3 as well, so someone's getting that second win. It's going to be a meaningful win, whoever it is.
Coach Woolrich is losing sleep. Coach Mack is losing sleep. This is 2 coaches that really want to get this victory here because it means so much, not necessarily to the league standings, but more so to these communities and the pride that they have in this rivalry. I've been a part of the rivalry when I coached at St. Francis to see how they looked at St. John's. They don't like you guys over there at St. John's, and the St. John's guys don't like the St. Francis guys. So it works out really well, and it's going to be a great opportunity to see a couple young quarterbacks fight for an opportunity to be the elite.
And both of those games will be available Friday night on the BCSN platforms. Mike Robinson, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, Mark.